And now, ladies and gentlemen, 2 more fights left. And both the title fights. Our next bout is for the -72.5 kilogram ISKA British title. And so, please welcome firstly to the red corner, from Thornton Heath, London, by way of Bulgaria, Stefan the Humble One Terziev.
Well, a solid list of accolades for the humble one, Stefan Terziev. Amateur record of 25-8, semi-pro record 2-0, pro record 7-1-0. He's fought under a number of different disciplines. He's the WKU 2017 British Open K1 champion, European K1 gold medalist in the same year, LFC welterweight amateur K1 champion at 77 kilos. Highly ranked under K1 rules, but this one under Muay Thai rules. The ISKA British title at 72.5 kilos from KO Next Generation. Making his way to the ring is Stefan Terziev. Big ask for him this evening. Niall Brown has proved his credentials on the big stage in recent months, and he will need a career best performance, you would think, to walk away as British champion. But he's built himself a path to this point, real success, and he'll know just how important this moment is to him.
Stefan Terziev! And now, please welcome to the black corner, from Manchester, Niall Brown!
Well, he's all smiles, Niall Brown, but as he proved to the viewing public in May, he is all business when he gets between the ropes. A victory over Robbie Collins, highly touted Robbie Collins at Yokkao 29. Many had him as the favourite. Niall Brown just ripped him apart. It was a savage performance. He's tall, rangy, powerful, aggressive, can really fight. And what an opportunity for him to be crowned the ISKA British champion at 72 kilos this evening.
Do you have a nickname, mate? Never seen Niall, I think. Round one.
Well, a really good fight on paper, this. Two top-level 72.5 kilo fighters. British title on the line. Niall Brown with the red ankle sleeves, operating out of the black corner. And his opponent, Stefan Terziev of KO Next Generation, with the white gloves. And Brown has got heavy hands, we know that, and he's cut Terziev early with an elbow.
Yeah, straight up the middle, right uppercut elbow, straight through the middle of the guard there, nicely placed. And can't really see how bad the cut is. There's a lot of blood coming out though.
I think it looks pretty bad, Dave, and it's right in the middle of the forehead as well. They say first blood in sport, and it is first blood emphatically to Niall Brown.
Sorry, referee's going to have a look at that. In the moment, if he rubs his eye and it seems to be bothering him, then that might be a stoppage, but there's a lot.
It's going straight into the eye every time. I don't know how long this is going to go on.
It's actually running down his nose at the moment.
Straight in with a high tee. Listen, Niall Brown, we saw him against Robbie Collins at Yokow. He shot the crowd because Collins was highly rated and he just ripped him to shreds. He was relentless, he was aggressive, he was powerful, he was precise, and within moments of this opening contest, he has stamped his authority all over it.
Yeah, that's quite a decent cut there.
The speed of the shots and the striking is remarkable from Brown. He's so fast, considerable hand speed and foot speed advantage.
Got good movement, very reactive. Oh, whipped that left kick up.
He really did, and Terziev is tough and he's proven at this level, but just a feeling about Niall Brown. Watching his performance as recently as May, he's had a few weeks to recover and get back into camp, but you just feel like there's real momentum with this youngster. And look at the face of Terziev already. We're less than 2 minutes into the opening round and he looks like he's done 7 or 8.
Yeah, referee keeping a close eye on that cut, but he's just got tagged with another elbow.
He's in real trouble here. Brown
tie those arms up, but Brown coming forward. He's looking to finish as we get splattered in his blood. It's an absolute bloodbath in there. It's going to be very, very slippy. Blood pouring from the face of the man from KO, Next Generation.
Well, Niall Brown just all over him, isn't he? And he's just an absolute mess in there. Stefan Terziev, maybe it's worse than he feels it looks, but I think there may be a cut above the right eye as well, Dave. It's hard to tell at this point, and I think almost immaterial in terms of the damage it's doing. That is enormous. Surely he can't continue with that.
We've got a professional cutsman in there. Let's see what he can do with it. Never say never. Some of these guys are absolute magicians at closing these up, but that one on his head does look pretty open and pretty deep. Yeah, it looks like his right eye's nicked as well, just at the side.
I think they're having to prioritise though in this stage of the contest. They're going to have to almost forego working on that one altogether in the... Well, they have got 2 minute rest, I suppose, Dave, so maybe there is a bit more time to work on it, or is it 1 minute?
It would be, normally it's 2 minutes. For some reason this one is 5 threes, but with a 1 minute break, as agreed by both camps. Not sure why. But yeah, full Muay Thai rules is normally 5 3 minute rounds with a 2 minute break.
Corners, 10 seconds.
Would have been nice to have 2 minutes when you have a big cut like that. Yeah, look, the blood's pouring straight out of it.
Well, they did their best, but it's a deep open cut.
Round 2.
Well, Niall Brown would be remiss to not aim for that as a target because it's gaping wide. He's got a couple of targets to aim for, one above the right eye, one just off centre in the forehead, and he's coming forward with the elbows looking for those areas to work on. So aggressive. And he comes in with the right hand, digs it through the middle as well. These have got to be hurting. Crashes the leg kick in.
Yeah, he's very good at changing the range up, kicking and then moving in, boxing, elbows as he gets closer.
The spiteful offense. Is he somebody that's been on your radar for a long time, Dave?
Not really. I hadn't heard of him, and then suddenly his name came out of nowhere, and for me anyway, lovely knee. That was beautiful.
He does, as you say, he does seem to be somebody that's just come out of the ether, but I'm sure there's been plenty of build to this point because he's got an exceptional skill set, and well, the spitefulness with which he operates is quite something to behold because he's in with a man that's really proven at a decent level, has got plenty of accolades under his name. This is not just some pushover journeyman. This is a really top operator in Stefan Terziev, and he's just been sliced and diced in front of us within 4 minutes of the opening bell.
Certainly has. Obviously, from Master Sken Academy, the famous Paul Karpowitz, always a name that was thrown around, and somebody said to me, this guy is better and will be better. That's just someone's opinion, but so far so good. He looks very all-round, very technical, great movement. Look how composed he looks. Not trying to go for the silly finish, just picking his shots, doing what he does, changing the range up.
Just going low with those kicks. Is he just trying to take attention away from the head and then go high? He is. Just look to the left hook there. Trying to aim for that cut above the right eye this time. Just slow the pace down a bit, Brown. This is intelligent stuff from him, and again, just that kind of composed performance, a champion-like performance. But he doesn't want to let Terziev back into this one, giving too many opportunities. Nice work from Terziev there. That may have stunned Brown.
Brown's just lining up the elbows. Terziev still got some good shots there, but he doesn't look as fast in the clinch and with elbows as Brown. Brown just looking for the opening straight down the middle, keeping his hands and his elbows high so he can pop the upcut elbow straight through. The one that did the damage in the first place.
Nice defence there from Brown, just taking those shots on the arms, riding them well, holding his position too, backing Terziev into the corner again. Just dictating everything on his terms. Slowed the pace of that one down through the middle of the round. Think he maybe felt, okay, I'm not going to get him out of there as quickly as I thought. Let's slow this down and pace it well, and he's done so brilliantly. Good second round from Brown, and well, the camera's focus, as you would expect, is on those cuts of Terziev, who gives a wry smile to a couple of onlookers in the crowd there.
Yeah, they'll get a bit of adrenaline on that swab and squeeze it in there and hopefully stem the bleeding.
Oh, the one on the right eye seems to have stopped flowing, which is I suppose something, although there's no danger of that running into the eye. It's the one on the forehead that's the possible game changer. There's Brown covered in the claret of his opponent, but looking calm and poised.
Corners, 10 seconds.
Wow, that's the width of that is quite something. He's going to have several stitches on that. Goodness me.
Yeah, that's decent wedge out of his forehead there.
Round 3.
Tough man.
Always Muay Thai. You don't play Muay Thai.
You absolutely don't. Just occasionally beggars belief when you see the visible open wounds that these fighters sustain and continue with almost unperturbed. And Stefan Terziev is adding his name to that list this evening. Niall Brown comes forward again, misses with a 1-2, looks for the low kick. Brown just trying to mix things up a little bit, doesn't want to headhunt too much. I think that would be a too obvious a tactic, but now he's giving himself...
Look at the way he moves.
Brilliant angles.
Upstairs, round the side, pop the hook round, shutting the ring off nicely. This guy's going to be one to watch. Big elbow coming in there again.
Just seems to have a number of weapons in his armoury, all that are dangerous. Nice sweep there too.
Jesse Saunders doing really well to just jump in there.
Took a couple of solid elbows there himself though, Brown, but he's taken them well. Switches stance, comes back southpaw. And the blood really starting to pour down the face of Terziev again. Got to have lost a fair amount of blood in these first couple of rounds.
Terziev just not working while he's watching now. Brown finding his range. Still looks so composed.
Well, his last 2 performances, Niall Brown, if this goes the way that we think it's going to go, he's going to be a formidable opponent for anybody in this division, and I don't think there are going to be too many guys wanting to get in with him.
Yeah, mixes it up, left kick, and then steps right in with the right elbow, change in range. A couple of spinning elbow attempts from Terziev. Not quite reaching the mark. That push kick goes straight into the open wound on his forehead.
Beautiful timing on it, the speed as well. Follows up with a hook come jab with the left hand. And the right hand off the kick. It's just consistent. It's just tenderising his man, slicing him open further. Just picking him apart. And there's malice, but it's economical, it's precise work as well.
He's got lovely movement, Brian, when he steps back, he steps into southpaw, then steps forward into orthodox.
And there's just real thought about everything he does, isn't there?
Yeah, and his balance is on point when he does it too.
Well, it was a super performance through that 3rd round. They've still 2 to go, and Brownie's in full control here. But we've seen it time and time again, Dave, and that's why we never ever count the opposition out, because as we know, this sport can just turn around in an absolute instant.
Was his nose that shape at the start? They seem to be mopping up the bleeding from his nose as well. I don't know if he's had his nose broken now or just in the past.
Well, look at the contrast there. Niall Brown, you'd be hard pushed to know that he'd done anything more than a brief warm-up. That's real conditioning, not really even breathing with the mouth open, just calm, taking in the instructions, clear-headed, relaxed posture, everything about him.
10 seconds.
It's, well, it's championship material, isn't it, ultimately?
Certainly is. Wow, that cut's getting bigger. Yeah.
Well, I can remember a phrase from the late great Arturo Gatti when he had an awful cut in the middle rounds of one of his contests, and the referee said, "Arturo, I hate to tell you, we're going to have to stop it, it's down to the bone." And his reply was, "Well, it can't go any further then, can it?" And sometimes the fighter's mentality, as we know, Dave, is they're braver than we give them credit for. Is Terziev here potentially entering into the realms of some long-term damage on the skin there, because that's a really big cut?
Well, the danger is if it stretches out any bigger, then it could stop the fight. It's all going to be down to how many more times it gets hit, and you can see Niall Brown stepping in with elbows. If an elbow lands on that, it's going to increase in length very quickly, and that could be a showstopper. But look how close the referee is to this fight, keeping a very close eye on this guy.
Well, starting to open up with the hands. A lot of these are starting to crash through from Brown with real force. He's hurting him now, elbow driven through the middle, and Terziev trying to hang on and smother the work of the aggressor. And Jesse Saunders, the referee, as you say, is all eyes on the forehead of Stefan Terziev.
Yeah, this rubbing your head in there, Niall Brown doing very well. It's exactly what he should do in the clinch. He should put his head in and manipulate for position. But it also risks opening that cut up. Terziev needs to try and stay away, keep his head away from him. Easier said than done when you're up against a marksman like Brown.
It's the perfect word for it, a marksman, just sniper-like precision with everything he throws. He's been patient there. Look at that, brilliant, just flashy, and then goes straight back on a simple jab, backs his man into the corner. Everything about him screaming with potential. And you feel that he's just moments from recognising it this evening with his first major accolade as a fighter, really announcing himself on the British stage. Just just goes back to the low kick and the body kick, Brown.
Yeah, I can see big things coming for this guy.
Absolutely.
I'm very impressed.
Just cuts the ring off.
Terziev, he's a tough guy, because Niall Brown is not putting him away. He's not stopping him. But he is in control of this fight at the moment, in my opinion.
Well, the movement's fantastic, isn't it? Just everywhere he goes, he seems in control. The teep was beautifully timed as Terziev stepped forward straight down the middle. Oh, crashes in with another elbow right on the belt. Oh, it's just virtuoso stuff from Niall Brown. And even when he was under pressure, just found something to completely stifle the momentum. The brief momentum, it has to be said, that Stefan Terziev had cultivated. As we just have a look at his corner working on that cut again. Well, we know it's not getting any better. I don't want to say it's got particularly worse. They've certainly given it everything they've got, but when it's a kind of the width that it is, I don't think you're ever going to stem the flow of that, really, are you?
No, I mean, the adrenaline will stop a certain amount of the bleeding, but
well, still Niall Brown looking like he's just after the first round. Nothing more than really a couple of deep breaths. He looks completely in control, relaxed. Doesn't look phased whatsoever. And let's not forget, Dave, this is a British title fight. This isn't just the kind of run-of-the-mill tick-over contest for the man.
Corners, 10 seconds.
It's just top-level stuff, and he's breezing through it with, well, I want to say cakewalk. I think that's probably giving a little bit too little credit to Stefan Terziev, but Brown has just been a level above this evening.
Yeah, going into round 4 now. Big points round. This is where you secure the fight. And Brown looks like he's coming for the kill now. Terziev not locking the arms up enough for me.
The interesting thing about his work as well, Dave, is that whilst there's spite and aggression and an intent with everything he does, there's also effortless flow with everything he does too. It doesn't look like he's trying too hard. Everything's just coming naturally to him.
Yep, true.
And you can only suspect that that's a mix of great natural talent and a heck of a lot of hard work in the gym and a lot of hours.
Lovely left hook to the body, right high kick combo there.
Oh, the variety, the uppercut through the middle after the high kick there. Just bamboozling Terziev with variety to head and to body.
Yeah, it's got to be a horrible task there. Terziev just landed another left elbow, but it's got to be really tricky coming up against this guy. He's very unpredictable. Oh, those little flicky kicks that he does.
Oh, lovely.
Out of nowhere.
Sharp right hook from southpaw there. It was a lead hook as he switched stances. And again, he switches effortlessly too.
Yeah, and when he falls into southpaw, he looks natural in southpaw and he can fire shots from there straight away because his balance is on point. Something that Greg Wooten used to do very well. Step forward, change stance, step back, change stance, hit you from either side. Oof.
Crashing left hook to the body. We heard that here at our ringside commentary position. Jabs with the lead right hand. This time comes through the uppercut again, then the elbow. That's hurt Terziev. Crashed in another elbow on that cut, and now he's starting to crank things up. Brown with Terziev in trouble on the ropes. Can he survive this mini crisis now? Forward comes Brown again, jumps through the knee.
Credit to Terziev. He's not been put out of this. He's still in there, he's still fighting, but Niall Brown just picking his shots here.
Terziev managed to just nullify that attack by pulling him into the clinch, but just giving him a brief respite before Brown goes again. He seems to have endless energy. At no point has the pace dropped, at no point has he looked fatigued. Even now in the clinch, he's not breathing heavily.
Yeah.
Terrific conditioning.
It feels like he's still in second or third gear.
Incredible, isn't it? Jumps in, crashes through.
Flying knee.
And now he's just having a bit of fun, isn't he? Look at the techniques.
This frontside cartwheel kick.
Well, this guy is making some noise in Birmingham and across the UK. What a performance. Take a bow, Niall Brown. Stefan Terziev lifts his hand aloft before we've even got so closest to the judges penciling in their scorecards, because I think it's safe to say it's as unanimous and as one-sided as a title fight is going to be.
The trophies, the Mayor of Telford to the ring, please, to present the trophies.
You said, Dave, you were excited about seeing him. That surely has superseded even your high expectations.
Yeah, I'm very impressed. I'm excited now to see him against a next opposition, tougher opposition, see how far he can go. I think he's got a very, very bright future.
Well, super performance. The ISKA British title belt awaits, being held by the referee Jesse Saunders. We are quite certain of the man around whose waist it's going to be, but we shall wait for the official announcement, and that lies in the capable hands of Mr. Peter Lowe.
Yeah, we were good. And ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause for both of these men after 5 hard-fought, grueling rounds of action. And at the end of those 5 completed rounds, your ringside judges have reached a unanimous decision, all in favour of your winner. Fighting out of the black corner and the -72.5 kilogram ISKA British champion, Niall the Power Brown. And show your appreciation for our very brave runner-up, the humble one, Stefan Terziev. The Mayor of Telford will now present the -72.5 kilogram ISKA British title to your champion, Niall Brown. Unlucky, mate. Unlucky. Yeah, that scene too.
Well done. Good fight.